Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh and this is your JIS News for Monday, January 7. The Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF, is reporting a 19.9% reduction in 4 major crimes for 2018. This represents 360 less murders, 331 less shootings, 60 fewer rapes, and 54 fewer aggravated assaults when compared to 2017. There was also a decrease in the number of robberies by 191 and break-ins by 47. However, larceny went up by 6. The JCF was also able to take 720 illegal firearms and 11,227 rounds of ammunition off the streets. Meanwhile, areas previously and currently under the state of public emergency saw significant reduction in major crimes for 2018. According to figures from the Jamaica Constabulary Force, St. James had 239 fewer murders and 150 fewer shootings than it did in the previous year. The parish has been under a state of public emergency since January 18 of last year, and the enhanced security measure will come to an end on the 31st of this month. Collectively, shootings in sections of Kingston and St. Andrew reduced by 219 and murders by 47. This is attributed to the imposed September 23 state of emergency, which comes to an end today, January 7. Meanwhile, the St. Catherine North Police Division had 56 fewer shootings and 39 fewer murders for the same period. The 9-month state of emergency for this area ended last Wednesday. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says the enhanced security measure allowed the government to disrupt criminal intent, opportunity, and means.
A major tool has been removed from the toolkit, but our motivation has not been in any way impacted. We are going to work with what we have even harder.
He has since announced that the security forces will maintain increased presence in the targeted areas to secure the gains made.
In fact, what we're going to do now in St. James and in Spanish Town and in Kingston is what we were doing before we declared the state of emergency. We will have our soldiers there with the police. There are going to be mass mobilization. We're going to be doing all our patrols. We're going to be doing all the same thing. But we are going to be doing it with the reduced capability.
10 judges have been promoted to serve in higher positions in the Court of Appeal and Supreme Court. On January 4, Hilary Phillips was sworn in to act as President of the Court of Appeal effective January 21. In the ceremony at King's House, David Fraser was also appointed to act as a judge of the Court of Appeal. Justice Phillips and Fraser's appointment both take effect on January 21. And Jennifer Straw, Carol Edwards, and Nicole Foster Pusey have also been appointed judges of the Court of Appeal effective January 14. Lisa Palmer Hamilton, Andrea Thomas, and Judith Pusey took the oath to serve as puisne judges, while Sharon Barnes is to act as puisne judge. Tanya Mott Tuller-Reed has been appointed to act as Master in Chambers. Their appointments took effect today.
Welcome to the judiciary, and I and the other judges of the Supreme Court welcome you and look forward to your long and distinguished service there and offer you our full and complete support.
While congratulating the new appointees, Governor General Sir Patrick Allen urged them to carry out their duties with integrity.
There is no facet of our lives, whether in families, communities, government, industry, or labor, that is beyond the reach of the rule of law and the efficient exercise of the judicial process. I am sure you will live up to the expectation shared by all of us here, as well as others who know of your professionalism and your record of work.
The Ministry of Local Government and the National Housing Trust have signed a Memorandum of Understanding for the upgrading and expansion of the island's infirmaries. The agreement, which has been under discussion for a few months now, was officially signed last Thursday at the Ministry's offices. Local Government Minister Desmond McKenzie says it will help to stem the problem of homeless persons seeking refuge at hospitals despite being discharged. The NHT has provided $220 million to upgrade and build new facilities at various infirmaries. Meanwhile, the National Health Fund and the Chase Fund will collectively provide $500 million to expand the social programs at infirmaries. Minister McKenzie says government will increase its efforts to tackle the issue of persons living on the streets. And finally, A 13-year-old boy who was suspended from school for an undetermined period of time is being allowed back into the classroom due to the Ministry of Education's intervention. A statement from the ministry says the decision for the teen to return to school on January 7 came after dialogue with the principal of Little London High School. Education Minister Senator Ruel Reid is also expected to visit the Westmoreland institution on Tuesday, January 8. The ministry's statement asserts that discipline is an integral part of the personal development of students, but adds that government firmly supports efforts to engage in full dialogue when issues arise with youth and in educational institutions. Having had the discussion with the principal, the ministry says its guidance unit, led by senior education officers, will also meet with the teen, his mother, and the principal, along with the school's guidance counselor. That meeting is to resolve and devise intervention strategies for behavior modification. Senior education officers will also make plans for the school's next Professional Development Day to focus on behavior modification interventions, along with effectively communicating with teenagers and disgruntled parents. Meanwhile, in an effort to better manage and monitor reports to the regional office, an electronic system is being implemented to track cases and ensure a more timely resolution. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.